Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Commentaries by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are on chapter number 18, the last chapter, and we are starting from shloka number 30 in today's satsang. The Lord continues to guide Arjuna. Shloka 30. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha karyakarye bhayabhaye bandham moksham cha yaveti buddhi sa partha satviki. The intellect that knows the distinction between the path of pravritti, which is action, and the path of nivritti, which is renunciation, between right and wrong actions, between fear and fearlessness, between bondage and release. That intellect is sattvic in nature. So, Lord Krishna is talking about the various aspects of Prakriti or Mother Nature, in which he's talking about the senses, the mind, the body, the intellect. And here we are discussing the intellect or buddhi. So, that intellect, and we are talking about purity, sattva. So, how do we know that our intellect is purified or on the right path? Because the one that knows what's right for your evolution, not necessarily right for your sense pleasures, then you know you are on the right path. If you are waking up early in the morning, doing your sadhana, doing your japa, doing selfless service, doing your devotional activities, all those are the path to um, God or nivritti. So those are right actions. And then it also identifies between right action and wrong action. It knows if you when you do something wrong, it will prick our conscience, and therefore we know that that action wasn't proper. And also it guides us to be fearless and to show us the goal of our life, which is to attain mukti or self realization. If those things are happening in a spontaneous way, a natural way, over time, then you will know that your intellect is sattvic or pure. Shloka number 31. Yaya dharmam adharmam cha karyam cha karyamev cha ayathavat prajanati buddhi sa partha rajasi. So now God is explaining the rajasic buddhi, or the buddhi or the intellect that is materially oriented. The intellect that creates confusion between what is right and what is wrong, or what is righteous or unrighteous, that is said to be rajasic in nature, because it's called many different paths. Ananyaschintayanto ma means one pointed. So when you are one pointed, life becomes easy because truth is only one. But there are infinite numbers of lies or illusions. So therefore, when we are on the worldly path, there are so many options, and the intellect then um, gets deluded and creates confusion between right and wrong, righteous and unrighteous. If that is starting to happen, where the wealth takes over our ethical principles, consider that to be rajasic. Or it may even be ethical, but all the time you are just focusing on multiplying your wealth without focusing on your essence, your existence, true goal towards enlightenment. So then consider all that to be worldly, Lord says. Now Lord will explain the tamasic buddhi, or the buddhi with the perverted buddhi, or the one that is through inertia. Shloka 31. Adharmam, sorry, Shloka 32. अधर्मं धर्ममिति या मन्यते तव सावृता सर्वार्थान्वपरीत्वांश्च बुद्धिः सा पार्थ तामसी. O Arjuna, the intellect which is perverted, which considers evil as good and sees what is right as wrong, that intellect dominated by darkness is called tamasic in nature. So that is the due to inertia, due to delusion, due to improper, misguided thinking, that buddhi, that intellect becomes perverted. It makes poor or wrong decisions. It considers right as wrong and wrong as right, and therefore that soul needs some time. First, it needs to come from tamas into rajas or activity, and then from activity into sattva. Every soul is redeemable. Nobody is ever a lost cause. But what God is trying to explain here, that buddhi, that intellect, which is a precious diamond, has now been thrust thrown somewhere in the mud and in dirt, and we have to first identify where it is and then clean it up and then shine it. It's a diamond in the rough, so to speak, but a lot of polishing is needed to make it sattvic. So therefore, if you are already in sattva, the sages and saints guide us to try to increase our sattva as much as possible. Sattva meaning purity, like doing good things, leading an ethical life, being compassionate, kind, considerate, etc. And also remembering that all this is a big show, a game, a drama. Nothing is perpetual, including our very bodies. So, with that in mind, let's move on to shloka number 33. Now, God is moving towards dhriti. Dhriti is firmness, or your one pointed resolve to do something. God continues, Dhritaya yaya dharayate manah pranendriya kriyah yogena vyabhicharinya dhriti sa partha satviki. Steadfastness arising out of yogic samadhi, by which one controls or acquires mastery over his mind, the vital forces or the pranas, and the functions of the senses, is known as sattvic. So once, this is why we do tapasya, or we do penance, or we sit forcibly for meditation and make it into a habit, because through that we learn the various yogic practices and we build firmness and steadfastness, and we start controlling the channels that will take us deeper into purity and finally give us liberation. And those are controlling the pranas, or the vital forces, and the mastery over the mind. As you know, mind is very fickle and it moves everywhere and jumps around, and we have to learn how to control it properly. And once we do that, then, and control the senses, then we are on the proper track of sattva or purity. Shloka 34. यया तु धर्मकामार्थान् धृत्या धारयते अर्जुन प्रसंगेन फलाकांक्षी धृतिः सा पार्थ राजसी. Steadfastness, with the help of which a person performs actions for the sake of accumulation of merit, fulfillment of desires, and the acquisition of wealth, is known as rajasic, or worldly activity based. So here, steadfastness is there, resolve is there, hard work is there, but all the attention is on acquiring some object, or getting a wish fulfilled, or making lots of money, fulfilling some desires, etc. So although that essential qualification is there, but the direction of it makes it worldly. The thought does. And so now we will talk about the tamasic in shloka number 35. yaya swapnam bhayam shokam vishadam madabhmeva cha na vimunchati duramedha dhritihi sa partha tamasi. O Arjuna, the steadfastness by which a dull witted person is unable to forsake over sleep, fear, sorrow, despondency, and pride is called tamasic. So, that one pointed attention by which a dull-witted person, who's dull-witted, one who doesn't know the difference between conscious and unconscious, he doesn't know the true purpose of life, and therefore he is unable to forsake or make sacrifices. He sleeps till whenever he wants. He is full of fear and sorrow, and has lots of pride, etc. Just because that's the level he is currently in. He has not invested the time in satsang or in selfless service or in meditation and devotion, etc. So, over time, these things can be transformed, but if a person is in that state where he continues to choose to be um, eat, drink, and be merry, and that's it, nothing more than that, then this is what results. That buddhi becomes tamasic. So, with this, we conclude our satsang for today. We will start from shloka number 36 in tomorrow's satsang. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Hari Om Tat Sat.